Hello, everyone. You are welcome to Anchor Network, where you get reliable and authentic news that are so crucial to you. I say big thank you to everyone who has been part of this channel and who has taken time to subscribe. And if you are yet to subscribe, I say please click the red subscribe button and also the bell icon. The bell icon will allow you to get notified anytime we publish any news. 2023 Presidency splits Tinubu Osinbajo. This article is written by Vincent Carlo from the Sun News, saying, notwithstanding public appearances and statements to the contrary, political permutations and maneuvering for the 2023 presidential race may have finally come between the national leader of the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC), Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, and the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo. This became glaring following some developments in the presidency, which appeared to have reduced the influence of the VP within government. About 3 weeks ago, government agencies under the supervision of Vice President Osinbajo were directed to be seeking their approval from the president, and same period, the Professor Doyin Salami-led Economic Advisory Council was set up to replace the Osinbajo-led Economic Management Team. A presidential directive sacking the VP's aides from the villa capped that they are now to operate from a rented apartment in the Abuja metropolis. Why there have been many political interpretations given to the gathering storm, ranging from alleged complicity in some activities to attempts to shove him outside or whittle down his influence ahead of 2023. Saturday Sun gathered exclusively that the storm the VP is battling against is three-pronged. Trouble began for the brilliant professor of law when some officials working with him were fingered in the purchase of some houses abroad, especially the United States. It was learned that in all, the VP has about 80 officials as ADs, with the exception of a few. Most of the ADs were being paid salaries by agencies under the supervision of the Vice President's office. A probe of the development was said to have absolved Osinbajo of any complicity in the activities of some of the indicted ADs. Those opposed to the VP in APC government and within the opposition ranks twisted against him. Presidential sources disclosed that this was responsible for the decision to relocate over 70 officials working with the VP from Aso Rock Villa to a rented apartment within the capacity city, as well as the issuance of the directive to seek President Buhari's approval by certain agencies under the direct supervision of the VP. For Osinbajo and Tinubu, the relationship started going down south when the APC leader and former governor of Lagos State began to get feelers that the number two citizen might equally be nursing the ambition to succeed his boss in 2023. The latter is believed to have nominated the former for his current position in the run-up to 2015 presidential election. Some persons close to Tinubu were said to have made some snide remarks about the suspected ambition of the VP to the hearing of security agents in an open discussion at the 11th Bola Tinubu birthday colloquium held March in Abuja, an incident that later became part of a security report on the program. It was further gathered that Tinubu has not been too pleased with the vice president because he has not been consulting him on a number of issues, while some of their people in government, like the FIRS man, have been working more towards the political ambition of the VP than that of Asiwaju. The APC leader was said to have been restrained by friends and aides from releasing a press statement endorsing recent presidential actions viewed as whittling down the VP's influence before jetting out to London over a week ago. Kwali, as a Buhari ally and former governor of the state, Senator Ibikunle Amosu, to contend with, All the major federal political appointments going to Ogun since the inauguration of President Muhammadu Buhari's second term in May had been clinched by persons nominated by Amosun. For instance, Amosun's childhood friend and Commissioner for Works and Infrastructure during his 8-year term as governor of Ogun, Olamilekan Adegbite, was recently appointed the Minister of Mine and Steel Development. Amosu has also succeeded in pushing his ally Adeleke Moronfolu Adewolu to be appointed as the Executive Commissioner, Stakeholder Engagement at the Nigerian Communications Commission. He replaced Sunday Dare, who is now the Minister of Youth and Sports Development. Adewolu had contested but lost the House of Representatives seat in Ifo, Iwekoro Federal Constituency on the platform of APM, a party openly supported by Amosu. In addition, Amosu has been able to push for his former Commissioner for Agric and Urban and Physical Planning, Mrs. Ronke Shokefun, to be appointed as the chairman of the governing board of the Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation. 3 weeks ago, President Buhari constituted an economic advisory council and named Professor Doyin Salami as chairman. Salami from Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State, is Amosu's close friend. Few days before his appointment, he was in Owo, Ondo State, with Amosun for Governor Rotimi Akeredolu's daughter's wedding ceremony. Meanwhile, a top official in the VP's office who preferred anonymity told Saturday Sun the vice president can't be seen to be a local champion. Yes, his camp produced the governor of Ogun State, and you must also remember that Amosu's relationship with the president predates the APC. They were together in AMPP, and since the vice president's camp has produced the governor, it was only fair that Amosu's camp nominate for the appointment. Appointments are at the president's discretion. Asked why Tinubu is yet to publicly defend Osinbajo, the official replied, "People are free to make extrapolations based on their interests. Besides, some of these issues are better sorted locally. Now, let's remember that whenever former President Jonathan Goodluck and had an issue with Sambo, did they discuss it publicly? Any issue will still be resolved locally." Speaking on record, however, senior technical assistant on media to the vice president, Louis Odion, denies some ADs were indicted in any probe set up by the presidency. He said, "I think President Muhammadu Buhari and Vice President Yemi Osinbajo deserve not to be distracted in their efforts to find solutions to our numerous national problems with rumor mongering like this." He said, "I am glad, as you said, a panel set up absorbed the vice president. I don't know of any secret probe. I only know of a committee of the House of Representatives that looked into the funds spent by NEMA, and it came out that a report that the vice president was above board. You need to understand that Professor Yemi Osinbajo is a man of impeccable integrity, who is very loyal to his boss and has the fear of God, and whose guiding principle in public office is to serve the interests of the greatest number. To answer your question directly, I am not aware of any secret probe of any of his ADs or their indictments." While also responding to the issue of some VP ADs being paid salaries by agencies under the office, Odion said, "I doubt if such is impossible. You need to understand that it is a single presidency. We all are appointees of President Buhari. Civil servants are under the head of service, while the secretary to the government of the federation signs letters of employment for political appointees. It is only after you are engaged that you get employed in the office, department or agency where your service is needed. Salaries are paid through a unified system. In fact, through reforms introduced by the Buhari administration, tens of thousands of ghost workers have been weeded out of the system. This was achieved through the integrated payroll system." Reacting to the removal of 70 out of the over 80 ADs working with the VP from the villa, Odion said, "I think President Muhammadu Buhari offered sufficient clarity to this in his October 1st national broadcast. The government thought it is necessary to create a new ministry to respond to new realities and dynamics. I think there's a consensus today that the social investment program, which has been supervised by Vice President Oyemi Osinbajo in the last 3 years, has been quite impactful and beneficial to a large segment of our population. The trader money and market money initiatives have benefited more than 2 million Nigerians. The school feeding program has touched more than 10 million pupils in public schools across the country. Also, the conditional cash transfer has offered succor directly to more than 600,000 vulnerable Nigerians. These programs were incubated and nurtured under the vice president. Until now, these initiatives were more like interventionists. Now that President Buhari has done it so to try and institutionalize them, to this end, a ministry has been created called Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development. So the implication is that officers or ADs, as you call them, whose duties or responsibilities pertain to the agencies I earlier mentioned, are to be moved to another location where the ministry is constituted. So guys, what I can really deduce from this article written by um, Vincent Kalu, talking about 2023 presidency split Tinubu and Osinbajo, we know that a lot of things have been going on, a lot of things are happening that they will not want to come out to explain to us. We are not just interested. But the unfortunate thing that will be affecting you and I is that these guys are not ready for governance. They are not ready for on how our lives will be much more better, for on how we are going to get the dividends of democracy, for us to be able to be proud that we came from this country or we are from this country. They are not ready for us for that. The only time they need us is when election is coming up and they want people to come and vote before they will do their own magic to be able to get to the power. That is just what they are concerned about. And it's very, very unfortunate. These are the things that they are going to be discussing among themselves. Like I always say, they will always bring all these peanut projects, little things. Just like Odion is talking about people who have benefited about concerning this SIP program, social investment program, those that have benefited. It was just a one-time thing. Those who collected all those money, go and meet them, go and do your statistics and meet them and tell and ask them one-on-one what if really it has, it's really a continuous thing, or the 10,000 naira or those cash transfer they are giving to them, whether they are really enjoying it in the real place. Some of them just spent that money at a go. Even the second day when they were being given that money, ask them, they can't even account for it again. You are giving them all those peanut money and they will go back to the system. The economy is rotting. The economy is not just what it ought to be. And they will go back to go and buy expensive things. What is 10,000 naira in the first place? No matter how your level is. Because you will go to the market. When you get to the market, nobody is going to tell you, oh, because you are a poor person, because you are this, you are that, then I have to reduce the cost of what I'm selling to you just to favor you. So where do you leave the seller? Or where do you leave the market woman? Or the market man or the business person? It doesn't work that way. The thing is that if you cannot afford it, fine. And what you think you can even afford, they are so expensive. They are so expensive. Let them tell you whether these programs, this social investment program they are talking about, whether it has really impacted positively in the lives of people. That is just what we need to ask. They will be doing all this peanuts program, and that is what they always use. Let me use that word, to bobo people. They will bobo you with that. And because of this, those people that they are always giving that money, and they will just accept it. Oh, they have tried. Oh, I collected 2,000 naira. Oh, they gave me 10,000 naira. 10,000 naira. Yeah, if they had not done it, we know people in the past, the other government, nobody even shared money to you and all of that. But it goes beyond that. Those are the things that they are using to deceive us, to deceive the masses. The masses that always go and do the voting, those are the things they use in deceiving them. They will like, oh, we thank God that this administration is doing it well. The former administration, we never enjoyed anything from them. they were sharing the money amongst themselves. But it goes beyond that, because that is why they came on board to say we want to do it better. And for you to do it better, you must leave that landmark. The difference should be there, the gap should be there. From the way the old administration did their own, it should be different from yours, because everybody, was really complaining then. Nobody's coming to say PDP. I always say it. They did wrong. They didn't do better. But unfortunately, they are working together, APC and PDP. These politicians, they are moving from places to places. Majority of the PDP people, that even APC are complaining that they ruined the economy. Now APC, has recruited them back to the system. They are working together. It is just, personal interest or permanent interest they are concerned about. They don't care about their parties. They can switch at any time. Even the same article from PDP to APC, APC back to PDP. So what are we talking about? If tomorrow again, don't be surprised, article will go back again to APC. And it will give you reasons for doing that. Then it will start telling you what is wrong again in PDP. Who is deceiving who? I beg, second base, Jerry. That's second base. So that is just the way it is. That is what I'm talking about. Whether there's separation or there is split between Osinbajo and Tinubu, that is their cup of tea. It's not going to put food on our table. They are just there for themselves. They are not doing anything tangible. They are not doing anything spectacular that we can be proud of. It would have been okay if I thought that you want power, but then exhibit it. Do that which you have been voted in for. Do the extraordinary. That is what we are expecting. Do the extraordinary that even outside the outside world we even know that you have done something. Not that you just go outside and be reading rhetoric, be reading speeches that this and this and that. No, it goes beyond that. People at home must feel the impact. The other day, Femi Adesina was saying, oh, his head swells when people were, rendering a comium to the president. Oh, this and that. Who is deceiving you? This one just deceiving himself. He just wants to feel good, just to make himself and his colleagues and his the cronies and his boss to feel good. They just feel good. They are overfed. They are enjoying themselves. The money is there every month. Is already there. Their salary is waiting for them. Their salaries will not be skipped. Just like what the federal government is saying, that they want to, that for them to be able to meet the demand of labor, that means they have to sack some people. That is what they are telling you, that they need 580 billion naira annually to be able to meet up with the demand. But in their own case, you will not hear stories, you will not hear anything. So whether they are fighting or whether it is this and this and whether they are indicting him, of course, the vice president has already confirmed that they have cabals, and the cabals are the ones behind his travail, behind what is going through. So what are we talking about? So let them, whatever they like, they should do. Let them split to 2023. Now they are beginning to talk of 2023, and now they are seeing 2019. You can imagine that these people don't have your interest at heart. They will come and be bringing all these peanuts programs, and that's how they will be forming busy, and that is what they are using to deceive people. But in reality, nothing is happening. You are listening to me. You know what it is. You know what you are going through. You know what you are feeling. Even if you are not in Nigeria, you know what your people are feeling. You know the kind of calls that you receive here and there, every now and then. You receive calls. You know what it means. Some of you don't even want to pick call when you know that the call is coming from Nigeria, because you know what is going to end that call. Majority of people, you know it. So nobody should be deceiving each other. People who are enjoying Nigeria, they are the politicians. Like I always say, that is the most lucrative job in the country. So guys, I would like to hear from you what you think about this 2023 presidency split. That is split Tinubu and Osinbajo. Leave your comments below in the comment section. Let's continue the conversation. Thank you.